Hey everybody, Rocky Mountain Figures here. Today we're going to be talking about the news and action figure reveals from Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest. In this event, there was a lot of cool action figures that I'm personally excited for and I want to talk about. But before we get into the news, just wanted to put a quick disclaimer that I'm only going to be talking about 6-inch figures and figures that appeal to me the most. So I'm not going to be talking about Fortnite or any 3 3/4 inch figures or so on and so forth. Just a little disclaimer. So without further ado, let's start off with the Marvel Legend reveals. Our first reveal for Marvel Legends is the Marvel Legends Quasar, which is going to be a Walgreens exclusive in the US. And this figure is using the Hyperion body mode, so not the best body mode ever, but still, it looks pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to pick it up personally, but if you are a fan of this character, highly recommend it. It looks really awesome. However, one figure that I am particularly very excited to take a look at is this new Marvel Legends Ultron. One awesome thing they revealed about this figure is that it's going to have a Kirby crackle effect. Really awesome. Love that. Wonder how this is going to stack up against the Diamond Select Ultron. I don't know. We'll see. And next up for reveals is this green figure called Vault Guardman. I personally don't know much about this character, but from what they told us, this is going to be an army builder compatible character figure that we are getting. Not too sure about that. But this is an Iron Man villain, correct? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. It is using one of the lesser well-received body modes, so it's a bit disappointing. But anyway, let's move on. Next up on reveals is this hologram Iron Man Marvel Legends figure. It is utilizing one of the MCU Iron Man body modes. It looks like the Civil War Iron Man body mode. From what we see in the pictures, the translucent plastic looks really good here. I really like it a lot. And speaking of translucent, here we have the Stealth Armor Iron Man. Man, oh man, this looks amazing. The paint looks outstanding. It comes with an extra head sculpt and blast effects, of course, and is utilizing the 80th anniversary Iron Man body mode, which is just great. I'm definitely picking this figure up for sure. And moving forward, capitalizing off the recently announced Ironheart Disney Plus series, here we have the comic book Ironheart figure. This is another character that I'm not too familiar with, but I might actually pick her up, not only because she actually looks really good, but also because of these new accessories such as the blast effects, which are brand new sculpted. I'm glad Hasbro is making these brand new sculpted blast effects instead of, overutilizing the same one over and over again. Next one, once again, this is another figure that I'm not too familiar with, except for the fact that I know she is an Iron Man villain, is Dark Star. And out of all the reveals, this one is probably my favorite. This is the Marvel Legends Iron Man figure that is based off the 90s cartoon series. This looks great overall. I mean, the body mode, the sculpting, the accessories are simple but good. It looks great. I've been hoping we were going to get this figure inspired by the cartoon, and finally we are getting it. So happy to be getting this figure from Hasbro. Now all the figures that I've named thus far are a part of the same Iron Man wave, and they build up to this Build-A-Figure right here, Ursa Major. This looks fantastic. I don't know if I'll be completing this wave, but my god, this Build-A-Figure looks great. And coming up to the last couple reveals that Hasbro Marvel Legends team revealed is this Fat Thor from the Endgame movie, or Final Battle Thor, which of course is from the Final Battle of Avengers Endgame. Don't know if I'm going to be picking this up because I like the Thor that I have already that's on my shelf, and also because my brother picked up the SH Figure Arts Final Battle Thor. So maybe a pass for me on this one, but let's get into the next one, which is going to be the Age of Apocalypse Saber 2. So this is going to go great alongside with your Wild Child figure that we got in the first AOA wave. Again, this is going to be a pass for me. I'm just going to try to keep my X-Men collection strictly like 90s X-Men, and besides X-Force and X-Factor, stuff like that. So this is going to be a pass for me, but the AOA wave that first came out looked impressive, and I'm sure this next one's going to be even better. And speaking of X-Men, here we have the concept art for the packaging for the Sentinel figure that we should be getting later this year, if I'm not mistaken. I totally forgot about this. It's been a while since the pre-order hype for the Sentinel figure. But yeah, it looks great. It's definitely inspired by the Dawn of X Powers of 10 series, so that's cool. But of course, you can still utilize this for your 90s X-Men collection. And speaking of HasLab projects, they also announced that they are going to be working on a HasLab project that's related with the Fantastic Four. Now, my first thought was that they might be working on a Galactus HasLab project, but Sharmus Prime, who was later featured with Book Knights, MCU Collector, X-Men 87, and etc., mentioned that it might be Franklin Richards, to which the host of this fan fest was kind of like, wait, he knows too much. So I thought that was pretty funny. So it might be that, it might be Galactus, who knows, we'll see in the future. Moving on to Transformers, this was already revealed before, but they just wanted to recap, so I'll feature it here right now. This is the Transformers Kingdom Arc figure. It's going to be a very big figure, Titan class if I'm not mistaken, and it looks really cool. Very cool that they're doing this. Next up for reveals in the Transformers Kingdom line is this Rodimus Prime figure. This is going to be a commander class or a leader class, one of the two. It's going to come with a bunch of accessories, including the Matrix of Leadership, and it's also going to come with a trailer, so it's definitely going to be expensive. But if you are a fan of this character, which I know most of the G1 fans community is not, because he's kind of the reason why Optimus Prime died, well then, hey, this figure's for you. Next up is Galvatron, also with the Matrix of Leadership. This figure looks outstandingly phenomenal, from the sculpt to the transformation, and of course the robot mode and vehicle mode. Also, the photography for the Transformers figures that they showed off was really done well. I don't know what it is. It might be the lighting or whatever, but it looks really, really good. Now here I'm going to kind of speed run a little bit, because the Transformer reveals that they reveal after this were a little bit obscure to me. So this is a Scorponok Deluxe class, and the next one is a Fossilizer. I don't know what this character's name is, I totally forgot. Then the next character is a classic G1 character that I'm also forgetting the name of, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. This is in robot mode. Then here he is in vehicle mode, which they said he can turn into a flying car, which that mode looks pretty fun. Then next is from the Beast Wars series. This is Rhinox. Do you remember him? I don't remember actually watching the show, but this is the guy I always think of when I'm thinking of Beast Wars. Then next is another Fossilizer with the neon green paint, which again, have to comment on the lighting right here. Looks great, bouncing off the figure. It looks amazing. Then we have a core class Soundwave. This is going to be the smallest scale Soundwave, who can also turn into a boombox, which is pretty neat. Then the next reveal is another Fossilizer, but it's going to be one of those special figures. It's this one right here. Don't remember the name of this one either, but there it is, robot mode and dino mode. Then they revealed this new comic book series, if I'm not mistaken, Transformers Shattered Glass. And of course, to capitalize off of this, they're going to reveal some figures. So they revealed this Blur figure that's based off this comic book series, and also some packaging as well. There it is. Very different packaging than what we've seen in the Transformers line before. And then there's Blur in his vehicle mode right there. Now, probably the coolest out of all the Transformer reveals is this voice compatible Optimus Prime. So it's basically Alexa Optimus Prime, if you want to think about it that way. It responds to your commands and your voice, and if you ask it to transform, it'll transform. I'll show footage of that right now just so you can see.
Hey, Optimus Prime!
Greetings.
Convert!
So as we've seen the footage, Optimus Prime does respond to your voice. He can respond to your commands and etc. I feel like they definitely based this off that one viral video of the Optimus Prime that was also self-transforming. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but I'll post some footage of it on screen right now. And for Power Rangers, not too much was revealed, but there was this metallic Red Ranger, Black Ranger, Blue Ranger, and Yellow Ranger revealed, probably to go along with your metallic Pink Ranger that was revealed a while back ago. I think it was the last Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest. But this awesome looking Mighty Morphin Tyrannosaurus Century Red Ranger, wow, look at that, that looks amazing. The design of that looks pretty incredible. I don't think I'll be picking it up. Maybe I will, maybe I'll have it in box or something, but the design of that looks great. Now on to the infamous G.I. Joe Classified Series, hardest figures to get in the world. I'm just gonna name it right there. But for our first couple reveals, in fact the only reveals that were shown off were from the Snake Eyes movie that is set to come out this summer. That's what they said, though we haven't even seen a trailer or nothing. In fact, I think the reveals of this figures is actually our first look at the movie. So I think that's kind of weird that the release date is so soon, yet there's no information besides the look of these figures. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at our first reveals. So starting off the reveals, here we have Storm Shadow from the movie. Kind of sucks as this is going to be the first Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe Classified series, and we still haven't gotten a cartoon-based Storm Shadow, so that's a bit weird. Next reveal is Baroness. A very different looking Baroness from what I know at least, but looks pretty cool. Next up we have Scarlet, which is probably the most boringest looking figure out of this G.I. Joe Snake Eyes wave. She only comes with one accessory and that's it, so pretty disappointing there. Then next up for reveals we have this character named Akiko. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't know too much about this character, but looks pretty cool too. And lastly, of course, we have Snake Eyes for the Snake Eyes wave. Can't have a Snake Eyes wave without Snake Eyes. So they actually had the actor who's going to betray Snake Eyes in the movie show off the figure and unbox it. And so there is also the image of the figure and inbox right there. And then there's the wave overall. So pretty cool reveals for the Snake Eyes movie and the Snake Eyes wave for G.I. Joe Classified series. Next up for the reveals, and this is going to be our last portion of the video, is Star Wars Black Series. Once again, not much was revealed for Star Wars Black Series besides these next 5 figures that we are going to take a quick look at. First up, we have Lando from Return of the Jedi, or based off his look from Return of the Jedi. Looking very cool. It's going to have a fabric cape, so no plastic capes. Next up for reveals, this is the figure I'm definitely going to be picking up for my Clone Wars collection. It's the Aura Singh figure from, of course, the Phantom Menace and the Clone Wars TV series. Speaking of the Clone Wars TV series, here we have Tech from the Bad Batch TV series, or the last season of Clone Wars. They also revealed some new Mandalorian based figures that are going to be coming to the Black Series line, such as Zero from the Heist episode, so hopefully we'll get more of that team very soon, and Casca Reeves, Sasha Banks' character that was teaming up with Bo-Katan from season 2 of The Mandalorian. And in terms of reveals, that is pretty much it, at least for all the reveals for the 6-inch figures from Marvel Legends, Black Series, Power Rangers, and Transformers and G.I. Joe Classified series. Really excited for what's to come in this next year for the action figure community. All the figures that were revealed today look awesome. Speaking of what's to come, I know a lot of you are highly anticipating part 2 of my action figure display, and I just wanted to announce that that will be coming very, very soon. I just finished all of the shelves. All of the shelves are done. The only thing that I really have to get to work on is the rest of the room, such as the bed, which if you haven't seen my Instagram, my brother still hasn't moved out yet, but we just finished a major part of the addition in my house, so hopefully Bruno will move out of the room very soon, and that way you get the bed set up, and that way everything will look more appropriate and cleanly. So stay tuned for that. I'll have that video out for you guys as soon as possible. If you haven't seen part 1 already, I highly suggest you do so. I'm going to try to finish up this room as soon as possible. Right now, in fact, I'm already working on a teaser trailer like I did for part 1. So once again, stay tuned for all of that. It's all coming together, baby. Anyway, without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And with that being said, I'm Rocky Mountain Figures. I'll see you guys next time.